My name is Zoliswa Scritch. I'm from Ward 5 here in Edo. I'm representing Isanco. I'm a RC member of Isanco, a treasurer in the community.
My name is Phumeza Kana. I live in this community of Namatamsana, here in Ward 6. I'm a member of the ANC. I'm representing Isanco, the sub-region. Thank you.
So how did the situation in the valley, how did you see the situation in the valley in the past, specifically before December 2018?
In the valley before 2019, in 2018, there were so many things that were happening because we didn't see eye to eye with the farmers. And then there were also a protest because of the farmers and the workers. They didn't see the things together because the other land farmers, it was the fight of minimum wage first, and secondly the conditions that they work under.
There were so many protests before in this valley of the community and the workers for farmers and the citrus companies. The protest was about a poor wage. They wanted a certain percentage of money at workplaces, and there was no agreement between the employer and the employees. So it ended up that the workers came to the community leaders, stakeholders. They wanted us to help them with that. Then we ended up doing protest, vandalizing company, burning of tires, everything. And then that time we didn't see eye to eye both the farmers and the community leaders. It was like that. You see.
And how has that changed now? How did your view change?
The view change now. We see many changes, because of we sit down with the farmers, the community and the farmers. We sit down and form this task team, and then in the task team there were many people coming with many views, and then we sit down, we try to get a solution of these problems that we found.
There is a change now because it's quiet. I think it's because of we end up meeting the farm workers and the employers of citrus companies, and we end up sit down having this task team so that we can talk both sides. If we have a problem, we look for a solution. We identify the problem and look for a solution. That's why it's quiet now, because at the end of the day, what we are learning there, we're gonna take that thing from that room to outside to our communities. So it's quiet for now. There is a change at least.
Great. And what do you think of about the idea of a multi-perspective development agency for the valley?
I think the multi-purpose agency in the whole valley, it will help us a lot, because we do have problems, or we do have some things that our Masipala can't fulfill it. So when we have the agencies, they will come to the community, the ground, so that they can have those problems and try to develop our community.
I think this agency will help a lot, because we are all together in one place, black and white parties. And then if you can see backwards, those time of a protest, you will see that when we hear from the people from the world that those are working even in farmers, the apartheid was there. you see. But now we were able to sit down with both parties, and we can see that there is something that is coming that is going to we are going to be proud of, because there will be a development in our areas, because we are sitting down saying whatever we want to say to each other. We are giving on the table our views, both parties. So we are discussing, we are doing everything. So I can see that there's something that is going to happen, the development. So I'm so happy about the agents that was established.
And what do you think of the idea of bringing people from all sections of the valley together to share their perspective and work together?
Bringing people from all the valley, it helps us a lot, because when we are working alone in that corner and that one working in that corner, it doesn't help anything. But when we are together, we are coming with different views, and then we try. After that, we sit down and have a discussion and solve those problems.
It helps a lot because we have different ideas. We take those ideas and put them in the table. If the farmers have a problem or the community have a problem, we sit down and talk about those problems, and we discuss, we look for a solution. So it's good now to take all people from all perspectives, from stakeholders, and the other side, farmers, all of them together on the table, so that we can sit and discuss the many issues.
So how would you say your view on how to solve problems in the valley has changed, specifically in the last 5 months?
I see, because now there were no protests this last 5 months, and when we are having a problem with the other farms, we take that problem and discuss in the task team, and then we come with a solution, and then we go to that farm and implement that thing, and then we come with a clear understanding with that farmer.
I can say that they did hear our views, because we are saying our views and they do implement. Our views are taken into action, because it's quiet, and the people from our communities, few of them that are complaining about some sort of things, but at the end of the day, we are going there, told them about what's happening, what are the complaints, and then at the end of the day, people will come back to us and say, no, we are fine now. So few of issues that needs to be solved, not so many this time around. So we can see that they did hear our views, and we also listen to their side of the story if something happens.
So speaking of, listening to everyone's different views and the collaborative effort of all of this, what do you guys think about the fact that the farmers are putting their full weight behind this process?
The other farmers, they are with us in those trainings. There are still other farmers who are still having that blunt of those issues. But by sitting as a forum, we try by all means to solve all those things, so that we can come with a one mindset to bring our valley in a good standard.
To tell you the truth, not all of them, they are on to this, what we are doing, because some of the issues are coming while we are sitting there from people who are working for the farmers, especially farmers. Citrus managements, they do listen, but some of the farmers don't want to listen, because some of them are still doing the same thing that was happening that time of a strike, because of the strike or protest. So I so wish that they will change their minds, so that we can say one thing, so that not again that something like protest or strike must happen again. That is my wish. When we are sitting there, we wish of that, and they can come in a collective to come and attend and listen to whatever we are saying. But some of them, serious, they are operating. They do this, exactly the thing that we want them to do. The way they must treat our people, because if you remember, we were even complaining about transport, the way they transport people from work to at home. They use tractors, kukupans, but at the end of the day now they use buses, taxis, and they change the situation. At least the conditions now are better, but some of them, they don't want to listen. I don't know, but we are trying that all of them must cooperate.
So with all of these, changes going on, do you think that there's a better future for the valley if you follow the approach being adopted by the task team?
Yes, there will be a change, and there is a change that we see from that last year. Now we see a lot of changes because the minimum wage which we were fighting for, the other farmers adopted. And the task team helped us a lot when we formed this task team, because we, as I said at the first time, we were operating loose last time, but now we are working collectively, we are working together so that we can move our veil.
I think there is a future at the end of the day, because what you are doing as a task team, we are trying to be united. United means unity, so that we can take whatever we are doing there and practice it in our communities, or they must practice it to their workers. So at the end of the day, there must be a future, there must be a silence, because citrus is here in our valley, it's not moving, it's for us in our valley. So that's why we must do everything simple, right, no protest, that's why they must do whatever is supposed to be done. So I think there is future. Ever since I'm there in the task team, I can see there is a future in our valley. There's a lot that is coming, that is going to develop in our area.
Great. So that brings me to the end of my questions, but I just want to know if there's anything that you feel like needs to be, said, and anything you want to share that my questions didn't cover.
Anything that you want other people to hear?
Okay, since I am a woman, and a single woman, I'm so wish that most in Sandys River Valley, the whole Sandys River, it's only 15 women are the farmers, they're the farm owners. I wish there could be more farm owners, more than 15, so that the hunger in our location can be off. And I wish that even the issue of the kids that using drugs too much, they can have a help or a rehab here in our community, so that they can help those kids with those drugs.
All I can say, if we can work together, our valley can have a great future. Working together, whether you are black or white, sitting together at the table, if we have issues, discuss our issues. At the end of the day, we can do the best, because it's what we want for our valley. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And the forum, what is that forum? The task team. When we enter in the task team at the first time, I was told this thing is not right, blah, blah, blah. But when I was in that task team, I've gained a lot of experience by all professor, because I'm a leader, but I didn't have the real leadership skill. The real leadership that I get from the training of a professor. So I gain a lot in this issue of task team, and I wish, and those skills that we get from that task team, we implement in our community, so that each and every Each and every leader must know the duties of the leader first. Then when you know the duties of the leader, you will come up with a good product.
I attended later because I attended twice, but when I entered I didn't know at first that tasking, it's so important to be there, but I entered twice. When I entered there, I see that this is very important because it says at the end, you must lead yourself first. Then after that, you can lead others. So leadership skills are there in that room. After that, you can lead other people. That's why it's so interesting to be there, because professor is doing his job. I can see, and it's so interesting to be there. I can even tell others, I'm using to tell others what's happening inside there. You can do whatever you want to do, but at the end of the day, it's the leadership. What is a leader? What can you do as a leader? What are you supposed to do? So interesting, because at the end of the day, our value will be on silent, because we're going to lead people, the communities. We are leading communities now, and then we know what to do when we are standing in front of people. We know what to say, we know what to do. So I'm so grateful to be there.
Working together, it's better than working alone or in your corner alone, because there's no one going to correct you when you're alone. But when you are 4 or 5 or 10 people, you're going to bring on the table different views, and then you come out with a good solution.
Great. No, you guys have been great. Thank you so much.
It's so nice to
have women. Yeah.